When you're ready to end your trip and go make a delivery, tap the gray button with the chevron in it, bottom left-hand corner of the screen, and tap End Trip. This will take us to the delivery report. We can enter things like ADF&G fish ticket number, the IFQ buyer, and the unloading port. I'll tap on the black box next to ADF&G fish ticket number and enter a dummy number. I'll tap the Edit button on the recipient name or buyer, and for now type Joe Fisher. This is recalled and remembered from previous trips, so you don't have to enter your processor every single time. And the unloading port is already pre-populated as Sitka, but if you need to change it, just tap on the black box and you can search for any Alaska or Washington unloading port. Also note that there's an ability to add up to 3 different deliveries if you're selling to more than one processor. So if you need to add a delivery with some pounds, tap the black bar that says Add Delivery and you can fill in this same information for a second offload. When you're done, tap Confirm. We're now back to the deckhand home screen. Everything in the list here on the left-hand side is what has occurred during this trip. We have the trip header up at the top. We have our 2 hook and line sets, 20 and 21. Notice that we left 21 in the water, and in a separate video I'm going to describe how to recall gear that has soaked overnight to pull on a subsequent trip. We have our discards and dispositions report, and we have our delivery report. Note that we can update these at any time prior to finalizing the report. When we're ready to finalize the report, go to the very top bar that says Trip and the date in blue, tap Report. This pulls up something that resembles very closely the old paper Nymph's Daily Fishing Log. When you're confident that this report is complete, after scrolling through it and double checking everything, tap Mark as Complete at the very top of the report. Notice that at the top now, with the date and the time, Deckhand automatically puts a note that says user has verified that this report and all data contained within is complete. When we're ready to print the report out for our processor or for paper retention on board as is required by NOAA regulations, tap the Share button, then tap Print. A dialog for the printer that we have connected to the iPad will pop up. You can preview the print job on the left-hand side, but when you're ready, tap Print in the upper right-hand corner of this box. I don't currently have a printer connected to this iPad, so I won't proceed with that step. If you're printing for your processor and you need to only show your discards, scroll down to the middle of the report and tap Convert to Discard Report. When you tap this, Deckhand omits your set information and your gear ID information and only shows your discards, delivery, and identification information for the processor. Again, from here you can tap Share, then Print, and print the discard report for the processor. You can convert it back to the full report at any time and just toggle between the two whenever you like. We'll close this out for now. Now, when we mark the report as complete, like we did a couple of steps ago, it makes it so that we cannot edit the report like we could previous to marking it as complete. However, if we need to go back and edit the report after we've marked it as complete, notice there's an Unlock button in the trip header bar at the top of the list here. It sits in between the Archive button and the Report button. Tap Unlock. Deckhand makes sure that you really want to unlock this trip, and we'll confirm. Now you'll notice that the buttons have changed again in the activities list, and we can go back in to any one of these sets and update them. After we've updated them, we can run a new report by going to the trip header at the top, tap the report button, and again, we'll be prompted to mark it as complete. Now you'll notice that Deckhand has indicated that the user has re-verified that this report and all of the data is complete. Finally, when we're ready to close out this report, to get ready for another brand new trip, go to the trip header in blue at the very top and tap Archive. Tap Confirm, and now this trip can be found in the archived list, which can be accessed in the upper left-hand corner of the screen next to the current folder. Tap Archived, and arranged by date on the left-hand side are all of our past trips that we can recall and we can run reports from and print from, etc.